I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you.
Hello everyone, my name is Easy and welcome to another episode of Easy Does It, where we do reviews and reactions to YouTube channels and sometimes daily vlogs. Now this week we are taking a look at a channel called The Y-Files. He's from the United States. His channel is basically, he does like mysteries, conspiracy theories, cryptids, aliens, paranormal stuff, that kind of thing. But he doesn't show like videos, like video clips or whatever. He just talks about them. He's doing fairly well. He's got almost, about 3.5 million subscribers, so he's doing pretty good. He's been on since 2020, so he's fairly new. He's not been around for very long. We're going to take a look at his latest, well, not his latest, but one that wasn't done too long ago. He just did like 4 or 5 compilation videos, and they're all like 4 hours, or 3 or 4 hours long. So this is, about 5 videos back before he did all the compilation videos. We're going to check out his latest, to where it's, I don't know, it's only about an hour long. But of course, I'm not going to show you the whole video. I'm just going to give you a little bit of what he does, so you can make a determination of whether you might like him or not. So let's check this out. This one is to do with cryptids, basically, creatures. Let's see what he has to say.
In 1925, John Burns was a school teacher at the Chehalis Indian Reservation deep in the Coast Mountains of British Columbia. His students told him stories about a strange giant lurking in the forest. It was a tale told by the local tribe for generations. Burns became curious. Were these stories true? The Indians insisted it was just a myth. But one night, an elder admitted they weren't exactly truthful with him, fearing the white man would mock their beliefs. But over time, Burns earned their trust.
Tell me in the comment section, do you believe in Bigfoot?
Was no myth.
Do you think
Many of the Indians had
Bigfoot
seen this
is
creature with their
real?
own eyes,
Does it
and not from a
exist?
distance. It had chased
Or
them.
is it just a
Burns was shown the
story
house
that
this
people
mountain
like to
giant
tell?
destroyed with its bare hands as the family ran in for safety.
I just think it's
They had a
funny
name for the
that
giant. It was hard to pronounce. In the native Salish language, it was spelled
after all this
S-S-Q-E-T,
time, hundreds of years,
and it meant wild
they've
man.
never
Mainstream
found a
media
body.
emphasized the pronunciation
Like not one
and called it
time have they
Sasquatch,
found a
and
body
a legend was born.
of a Sasquatch. Not once. You're gonna tell me they can never find a body all this time? Oh yeah. He does this little fish act where his fish is a buddy. I absolutely hate it. I think the fish thing is stupid. I wish he wouldn't do it. It's dumb.
He started getting home late. Right
But anyways,
dinner.
Yeah, it seems intentional.
Yeah. And then I started
they've
seeing
never
stains
found
on his
any
shirt.
evidence
What kind of
to
stains we
suggest
talking
that
there?
he's
Lipstick?
actually real,
Condiments.
or that
Yeah, it's something you use to
not
enhance the
he,
flavor
but
of food.
the creature Sasquatch. They never, not one time.
Dressing, mustard, ketchup, that kind of thing.
Tons of
I know
sightings
he's eating at restaurants
supposedly,
every other night.
but they can't ever find any
See, the
actual
credit card
proof
statements. But when I question him about it, he
after
becomes
hundreds of
defensive.
years. Come on.
Clearly there are trust issues
I
in the
just,
marriage.
I don't know. I
Let
don't
me
buy
ask
it.
you, is he spending weekends
Something's
out of
up.
town?
No, he's home all day, and that
Why are
makes it
people
worse.
having all these sightings, but
Because everything I
no
cook on
one
the
could
weekends,
bring
he never
actual
eats.
proof?
So we end up with all these leftovers.
No bodies.
Your leftovers.
You don't eating food from
You
a meal?
can't tell me that there's not a body
I don't know what to do. Should
of
I
a
have more
Sasquatch
spice?
Yeah,
dead
maybe. It could be that,
that
whoever
someone
your
could
husband's
bring
seeing
in
outside,
if they
he could
actually
provide that,
existed.
extra thing in the bedroom.
Bedroom?
And
Wait,
they've shown
he's
that
not having
people
an affair
have
with another woman. He's having a
constantly,
food affair.
constantly
Oh, now I see. You're a lousy
faked
cook.
the,
Hey, when
you
we
know,
got
the
married, I told him,
footprints.
I'll be great in one room. The kitchen or the
Over
bedroom?
and over. They've
Which one do you
proven
want it
that
to be?
most of that,
No,
almost
my-
all that
hey,
is
hey,
fake.
hey, fair
The
enough.
footprints.
Okay. So he's getting
They've
out of
also
the bedroom.
supposedly found,
Honey, if they gave out Michelin ratings, I'd be a 5-star.
Yeah, Madonna than me,
that,
okay, but
oh,
he's
come
still
on,
special
fuck this
nourishment.
fish shit.
This
I
is
hate
an
that
easy fix.
stupid
Easy
fish
factor.
crap.
Factor?
Alright,
The
let's get
delicious
on with the
fresh,
story.
never frozen. I had a lady was freaked out at the gross balls and the white gold
I hate that
head.
heckle
It's
fish, whatever,
What'd I
it's
say?
dumb. I wish he wouldn't do
creature
that
jumped.
shit. Anyways,
Then it ran up a steep hill, first on all fours. Then when it reached the opposite bank, it stood on two legs and ran with long strides.
the other
up
thing
the
is
mountain.
that
They knew it
they've
wasn't
had
any
the
of common
hair
animals seen
samples
in the area.
No,
and supposedly
that was
tested and
It was. They were sure of it.
supposedly it doesn't
By
match
2020,
any
this
type of
animal,
human
disavowed
DNA
by
or
mainstream
whatever.
Science,
I
was
don't know
wildly
about that
famous,
shit
and
either.
people saw them all the time.
I mean,
Over the years, investigators have logged and followed up
that
on
would be kind of
over
weird if that was
3,000
true.
Bigfoot encounters, including over 100 tracks encased in plaster and archived. In
Yeah,
fact,
which
it all
the
started
majority
with
of
a
them are
footprint.
fake. They've
In August
proven
of
it.
1958, Jerry Crew worked construction near Buff Creek, deep in the woods of Northern California. About a quarter mile
That's
beyond
why I have a
camp,
hard
he
problem.
saw animal
That's
tracks
why I
at
have
the
a
end of
hard
the
problem
road.
with the,
When he climbed in his
you know, the
tractor and saw the
foot
tracks
cast
from
and
above,
stuff.
he realized they weren't from an ordinary animal. These were human-like feet, and they were huge, 16 inches long, which meant an animal at least 8 feet tall. Crew told his boss. And eventually, over 20 men from the job site reported seeing huge footprints by the Mad River nearby. Crew realized the prints he found needed to be saved for investigation, so he encased them in plaster, and they informed the local newspaper what they found, and they printed the story. Suddenly, this local incident became a national sensation. Reporters from all the wire services arrived. Representatives from the New York Times, LA Times, San Francisco papers, everywhere. Bigfoot had become a celebrity. Now, of course, plaster feet didn't convince everyone it was real. People wanted hard evidence. They wanted a photograph. A few years later, they got much more than that.
Yeah, I don't want a
was among the
photograph
many
and I don't
Americans
want a
obsessed
video
with Bigfoot in the 1960s.
because they've
But he took his passion
too many times
further than
people could
most.
fake that
He lived in
shit.
Yakima, Washington.
I want
right where these
actual
creatures were most often
physical
seen. And he was
evidence,
determined to prove they existed.
a
So he had a
body,
camera. He hunted for tracks.
before
he
I
interviewed
start
witnesses.
believing in any
In
of these cryptids.
1966, he released a book
If
with
there's
detailed
no
accounts of
body, if you
footprints
can't
and actual
provide
Bigfoot
actual
sightings.
physical
He asked his
evidence,
friend Bob Gimlin to
far
join
as
him
I'm
on a
concerned, it
2-week trip
doesn't
to
exist.
investigate some tracks he heard about. And in
I
October
don't care how
of
many people
67,
claim it does.
they got way more
That
than they
they've
bargained
seen it
for.
and blah blah
A
blah.
few days into their trip, they were
Nope.
exploring a remote region of Bluff Creek on horseback. Both Patterson
I'm not
and
saying
Gimlin
there
were
isn't
armed with
something out
rifles
there
and cameras.
and that there can't
A
be
pile
something
of
out
fallen
there
trees blocked their trip
because
in the
there's
canyon,
tons
so they
of
stopped to
species
find
in
a
the
way
ocean
around.
that they're
And that's
constantly
when they saw
finding.
it. About
And
80
there's
feet away,
places in
Bigfoot
the
was
ocean
crouched
they
by a
haven't even
creek.
explored
It was
yet.
massive. It sensed
So
they were
new
watching
species
it,
are
then it
being
stood up and
found
just
all the
stared at them.
time.
Oh, with the creepy
But-
human eyes?
Yes. Then Patterson's
Bring in
horse
some-
started bucking.
After
He managed to pull
several
his
hundred
camera out of the
years,
saddlebag
and they still
before his
haven't
horse ran
found a
off in
body
fear.
yet.
Then Gimlin's horse
Yeah, I
got
just-
agitated.
like I said, I
He
just
hopped
don't
off
buy it.
And his horse bolted too. Things were getting chaotic. The Bigfoot had seen enough and started heading for the dense forest. Patterson was running out of time. He ran toward it with the camera filming, trying to keep the creature in the shot. Then his foot caught a branch and he tripped and fell. The Bigfoot turned to stare at him. It looked 7 feet tall and it looked female. It seemed to have breasts. They nicknamed her Patty. And this last look back mid-stride has become iconic. It's the image we all think about when we think of Bigfoot. They followed the tracks for 600 yards into the canyon and saw the prints go uphill. They did not pursue. If a female was this big, they didn't want to risk running into a male. But they did take casts of the footprints. Based on the depth and size, scientists estimated the creature weighed 600 pounds. But even better, they had film footage. And to this day, the footage has not been debunked. Experts have analyzed the footage over and over, and the details remain compelling. This just doesn't seem like a guy in a costume. The creature in the film has contracting calf muscles. Its arms are longer than an average human, and its legs are shorter, consistent with an ape. It had a peak on the back of its head, like the sagittal crest of a gorilla. And there's more. When it walks, it flexes its midfoot like an ape. The fur on its back below its head is darker and standing up, just like it would on a gorilla who's agitated or afraid. If this was a prank, those are a lot of details to get right. So why don't we just say it's an ape? Because apes don't walk upright, not like humans. And Bigfoot clearly does. Not to mention, there haven't been apes or primates in the wild of North America for 26 million years. But here it was, upright walking Bigfoot in the wild. To this day, Patterson's film is the most important piece of evidence of the creature's existence.
Yeah, everybody knows that
So
piece
what
of
is
film
this
footage
half-human,
when it
half-animal
comes
creature?
to the Sasquatch.
Some speculate it's from a different
most
dimension or
famous
some
film
kind of
footage.
shapeshifter. Some correlate Bigfoot sightings to UFO landings, but we don't need to speculate. We know a lot about Bigfoot's behavior because people are still seeing them. Every witness account of Bigfoot, and again, there have been over 3,000 logged by investigators, describes a creature between 6 and 8 feet tall. All the sightings report similar behavior. They're curious, but often watch us from afar, like the Sasquatch seen in 2013 by a hunter in the Cispus River area of the Cascade Mountains. The witness used his game call, which let out a squeal like a rabbit. And 60 feet away, behind a tree, he saw a Sasquatch take notice, and it watched for nearly a minute before walking away. Bigfoot has very long strides and can cover distances impossible for humans, as witnessed by a father and son fishing in Sacramento County, Washington in 2002. They saw a Sasquatch from 100 yards away. It was startled by their truck's engine, and they watched it move in 6-foot strides straight up a hill and disappear up a mountain. People consistently describe its eyes as very close to humans. Like the former U.S. Army infantry sergeant camping in the Mount Adams wilderness in July 1991. He was walking up to a river and froze when he saw it across the bank 20 feet away. He described it in all the familiar ways, between 6 and 8 feet tall, with broad shoulders
Now,
and
I
long
did
arms.
see one
And like many who've
documentary
been that close,
which
he
was
added
kind
that
of
the
bizarre,
Sasquatch
it
had
was weird.
human-like eyes.
They were talking to a group
And
of
there's the scream.
Army Rangers
A
or
hunter
some
heard
shit.
it
I
on November
can't
16th,
remember.
2014, in the
But
woods
they
of
were
Winlock,
claiming
Washington.
that the
He
U.S.
described
government
it as
knows
yelling
about
mixed
these
with a
creatures.
growl.
In fact, most governments around the world know about them.
He watched deer run away from
And
the
they're
sound and
actually
said the scream
highly
was something
intelligent
I never want to
species.
hear again.
They usually live underground, and they come out
Campers in Humboldt
hang out
County
in
in
the forest
2007
sometimes.
reported
And I'm like,
prolonged
what the
screams from
fuck?
Bigfoot every morning for 2 days. It sounded
And
like
that
a
they
wild
have, like,
animal,
some
but
kind of
with eerie
fucking
enunciation,
contract
almost like a
with them.
language.
You know, we leave them alone, they leave us alone. If there's sightings or some shit,
Now,
and
skeptics
there's a
say
big
after the
debacle
1967
between,
film became famous,
you
all
know,
the other accounts are just copies. Before the
humans
Patterson
and
film,
their
nobody talked
species,
about Bigfoot.
that
So
our
researchers
governments will
scoured
go
old
in there and clean
newspapers
it up.
looking for reports
I
that
don't
might
know
match
about
modern
all
Bigfoot,
that, but
and they found way more than
I
they
found
expected.
that a little strange.
Isolated
They have their own
reports of mountain
language and all
giants
kinds
matching
of shit.
Bigfoot went
I
back
was,
decades,
I
maybe
think that's a
centuries.
little bit pushing
The first
it.
published report was from 1846. A 22-inch long footprint
And
was
supposedly
found
that's
in
why
eastern Arkansas.
no one's ever
And there have been
found
actual
any
sightings
evidence
every
that,
year since.
physical
Clearly,
evidence
Bigfoot has been running into
because they
humans
cleaned
for a
it up.
long time.
I'm like,
But despite
yeah,
all these
okay.
examples, mainstream
Don't know
science
about all
refuses
that.
to acknowledge Bigfoot exists. The species is called Gigantopithecus americanus, but officially that's a species that doesn't exist. So in 1985, zoologist J.E. Wall coined a term. He coined it for any animal that remains unexplained by science. He called them cryptids. This branch of study is called cryptozoology, taken
Yeah.
from the Greek word crypto, meaning hidden. Now, why they need to create a name for a whole category of mysterious, unexplained creatures? Well, because Bigfoot is far from the only one.
Well, of course he's not the only, or of course the Sasquatch
In
is not the only one.
1933, there was a major change around Scotland's biggest freshwater lake. They built a road. For the
And you
first
call
time
it
ever,
Bigfoot,
a large
the
number
Yeti,
of people were passing
the
through.
Yow,
People built
whatever.
lake houses.
You
Some
know,
would go on hikes and
different
have picnics around the shore.
Places around the world
Tourists
call
would
them
visit
differently,
Urquhart Castle
but they're
on the
still
north end. that's
Sasquatch.
when it
They're all
started. People
Sasquatch.
started reporting something
That's
in the
the
water.
scientific term
One group of
for all
witnesses
them
was staying in a
type of
house
creatures.
overlooking the northeast end of the lake. A woman named Miss Gracie saw it first. It was about
Oh, now he's
1,200
gonna
yards
talk about
away,
the Loch
swimming
Ness.
toward Fort Augustus
Okay.
on the south end
I'm
of
gonna
the
end
Long
it
Lake.
there.
And it was moving fast.
Anyways, you get an idea of what it's like, what his channel is like. Check him out if you want. He does have other stuff on his channel that he does, like I'll show you some of. See, aliens, time travel. You know, secrets of Antarctica. The man everyone sees in their dreams. Night Templars in Atlantis. Yeah, near-death experience, giants. Yeah, he does a variety of stuff. Check him out if you want. It's called the Y-Files. That's all I have for you this week. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care. See you on the next one.